Hey guys, this is Space Guru 5 here, and yes, I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to do a commentary on my horrible and infamous Internet Rules Rant video that I posted way back in October 2011. Here's a little fun fact for you. A few months ago, I actually requested mskull01 and YoungBloodFantasy91 to do a commentary on that video, and mskull01 did a good commentary on that, and so did Sick Kirby. Youngblood declined because he felt it was a little dated and he knew that my opinions had definitely changed. So after seeing their commentaries and trying to draw up inspiration for what I'm going to do in this commentary, I'm going to go ahead and take apart every single last detail of every single sentence of that horrible old frickin' commentary. Oh God, let's begin. Wait, hold on a minute here. We haven't gotten into the intro yet, and I can tell we are going to be in a deep barrel of shit. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Warning, some discussed content is inappropriate. Who is this inappropriate for? You're talking to massive YouTubers, you know. Don't turn into Guptil89 here. You're not going to give us any helpful tips at all, aren't you? Oh, you should wear safety pads. Well, you should wear a condom. Strongly advised? Okay. Do I need to really repeat myself here? Do I? I have been wanting to do this for the longest time. Oh hey, look, it's Shadowstar1224's long-lost love child. Honestly, put some more effort into your voice, instead of sounding like this. You know, I was really wanting to do this for the longest time. Oh, thank you very much. I mean, who do you think you are? I mean, if you're gonna go ahead and try to imitate Shadowstar1224, why don't you rip off other bad users like Guptil89 or Onision? I know that some people are going to troll me for this, but seeing as how they are not me and never will be, I can honestly care less. But just in case you actually are stupid enough to try to flag this thing, this is my opinion, and in no way do I intend to promote cyberbullying of any form, nor is this hate speech. I'm merely stating my opinion, and that's final. This is a rant on the so-called Internet Rules. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Oh, I think the like to dislike ratio in the video is gonna disagree with you there. Now I know what you might be thinking. You probably have no idea what in the hell I am talking about. No, actually I was thinking about how your video is a steaming pile of pig shit. So putting it as simply as I can, these internet rules are a set of rules created by someone that were meant to give rights and restrictions to the people who use the internet. Wow, that's the biggest bunch of lies I've heard since Fox News actually started broadcasting their news reports. Isn't that charming, ladies and gentlemen? Dude, the rules of the internet weren't even created to be rules and a set of guidelines for the internet. They're just a joke. Get over it. Ugh. Not even looking at the rules gives me a good amount of hatred, and these rules were not created by the government. Some random guy who probably took the internet to the highest degree of taking it too seriously, what, like you, actually wasted his time creating a list that might as well be forgotten and loathed. And yet you took your time to create this really crap quality video, just you whining like a little soccer mom. How does this make you on higher ground again? But seeing as how there are many people who actually obey these rules, I'm afraid the previous notion is only credible to those who wish to ignore it. Have we no sense? We really need rules to dictate our everyday use of the web? No, we don't. And if you look right to your left, you'll see some guy who just turned into a bitching soccer mom. Skipping! This isn't a country where a governmental system or democracy creates laws and standards to be obeyed by its millions of citizens. This is a public place where people have the right to do whatever the hell we want to do. No shit. It goes against common sense. How can just one group of people be the Adolf Hitler of a place that should not be considered a military dictatorship and is minuscule compared to the many billions of us who are here? And yet it looks like he's going into another overblown bitch fest. I guess it's time to skip to a better part. Okay. Before I go on, I'm just going to say this is where it gets really, really disturbing. So, if you have very weak constitutions, you might want to leave this video right now. Okay. The one rule that I and so many others cannot stand is the infamous Rule 34. An excuse used by every single pervert known to the whole internet. Dude, I really hate to tell you this, but Rule 34 is one of the many things in life that you're just gonna have to deal with, and if you can't deal with it, then why are you even on the internet? This rule, according to my knowledge, allows people to make anything into a clone of the Kardashians' sex tape. Oh yeah, that's putting it quite literally. If you can't even begin to imagine why we hate this garbage, let me provide an example. Imagine your favorite character being turned into a sex tool for some demented guy's or gal's ungodly fantasy. Well, the reaction most people get from that is they actually find the hots for it and actually start jacking off to it. It's a normal psychosexual tendency, and it's only a phase, man. Well, if you don't pay attention to it for too long. What I'm saying is, find a better analogy than seeing an endless amount of the same kind of thing on every last website you hold so dear. In fact, I can provide some real examples of this horrid garbage. Of where I feel a picture of a quote-unquote macro Pichu, Lugia, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I am.
Hey, if you're gonna go out of your way to actually talk about those pictures, at least show them. I mean, remember, we're talking to a bunch of adults and older teenagers here, not a bunch of little kids who don't know anything about this stuff.
It's also Sonic, Ren and Stimpy, Johnny Test, etc.,
Don't puss out on us, man.
You name it, there's a perverted picture of it somewhere on here, and that's just utter bullshit.
My god, you still going on about this? I mean, for the past few minutes, you've been doing nothing but bitching and moaning. Like, can we get to a good point in the video where you actually address it formally instead of having us listen to this crap?
On the subject of Ren and
God.
Stimpy, from the show Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon. And no, this is not the Nickelodeon version at all. The Nickelodeon is classic and shall be cherished forever. This is the version that aired on Spike TV that was so bad that it only aired 6 episodes, including episodes in the original cartoon that were rejected by Nickelodeon for being unsuitable for young eyes. Fortunately, I have no image of what I'm about to talk about, but unfortunately, I'm going to give you a mind-melting description of one of the most infamous scenes in cartooning history. So if you are faint at heart, you should probably mute the volume right now.
I've seen a lot of bad shit in my day. I doubt anything will surprise me now.
You ready? Fine, let's get this over with. Alright. The scene starts out with Ren saying, "I'm the pitcher, you're the catcher." I know it's a bad impersonation, but honestly, I'm not really that good.
What? You didn't do a Ren impression correctly? You idiot! I mean, seriously, nobody's gonna burn down your house just because you did a Ren impression wrong.
Then, dressed in a baseball top and cap, he hops into bed and Stimpy mounts him, and has anal sex with him.
You think that's bad? Look at Encyclopedia Dramatica for all I care.
Of all the things I have heard in the 14 and a half years of my life, never would I imagine Ren and Stimpy being homosexual.
I think it's kind of funny how you say that Ren and Stimpy aren't gay, yet when you look at the episodes of the Ren and Stimpy show, you do notice they share the exact same bed. And how could the adult party cartoon be a Rule 34 if it was intended to be that way? From the get-go! Research, man. Do some freaking research. Idiot. Also, the reason why it was cancelled after 6 episodes is because people didn't like the fact that they suddenly started drinking bodily fluids and started beating the shit out of each other, like some really fucked up Onision video. Keep that in mind. Note, I actually did research before I even thought about doing this commentary. And what did you do? You just did it based on whim. Congratulations on making yourself sound like an even bigger dolt than you already are.
Never. Assuming such a thing is so wretched and vile.
And because of that statement, you are now viewed amongst the other people of the entire YouTube population as a homophobe. Congratulations, you just pissed off a lot of the people. My god, you really are an unethical jackass.
Millions of Ren and Stimpy fans around the world were more likely crying over that scene. And if they weren't crying, they were probably appalled. So, following the example mentions, what do you think someone will think if they see their favorite character star in a perverted drawing or comic? Personally, I think they would react the same way. So why do people still do it?
Isus taptansi Christos vsedioržitel. Are you seriously this naive?
Believe it or not, that's not just because it's a quote-unquote Rule 34. It's because of the perverted desires of the many who create drawings and comics involving these kind of things. It may seem like I'm getting off the topic here, but this is all related to this godforsaken rule.
Dude, no one even ever said it was.
My only advice is just to do one simple task. Just ignore the so-called rules of the web. We don't need them.
Then take your own advice, you fucking hypocrite. If you ignored these in the first place, we wouldn't even have to be sitting through this crap.
It was originally intended for government officials to exchange information with each other. Wait. The internet never really needed rules. It was just basically originally...
Oh great,
It was originally
more
created
pointless
for the
bitching and
government
moaning.
officials to exchange
Alright, let's
information with
skip
each
to
other.
the end
And there's
then.
much room into the large community we know today. Nowhere in the entire short history of the internet did it require a set of rules. Nowhere. Man is naturally entitled to his own free will, and no document is released from the community shall change that free will. But there's one of these rules. The proceeding may be ignored. But no one knows that finally it was just women's use. Isn't real. That's all I have to say here. If you wish to troll me and flag this video because you believe I bullied you or made a hate speech, just remember that earlier I said this was nothing short of only being my opinion.
Really? Because earlier it sounded like a God of Hate free card. Seriously, take it like a man instead of just turning away from it like a little boy. I mean, how old did you say you were? 14 and a half? Be a man! Come on!
That was a mouthful, wasn't it?
A mouthful of shit.
Well, I have to end it here. So, I hope you had quite a revelation from hearing me shout my mouth off here.
Well, maybe by Jeff Goldblum standards you were shouting your mouth off, but look at me. Also, pausing your sentences like this does not force your opinion any further. In other words, get to the point!
Alright? I'll see you guys next time. And I'm sorry this took a long time, but honestly I had a pretty hard time finding these headphones. Alright? Bye.
And that's the way the Roadrunner runs. Now look, I can totally understand you having an issue with perversion on the internet, but no one even told you had to look at these. You could totally have just ignored the entire situation altogether. But no, you had to make a whole big deal about it like some stupid bitch of a soccer mom. And that's all I gotta say about this really. That's it for today. And this is a very long awaited video, I realize, for a lot of you. For the most part. I'm glad I finally got this done and over with, because now I don't have to wrap my head about it anymore. So, the end. I hope you have a really awesome summer. Peace, then. Peace.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.